This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter driving. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. I know this sounds a little bit biased and all that, given how people know I'm a New England Patriots fan and all that. But I was trying my best not to have to say, oh, I don't have a birthday boy, so I have to tell everyone there'll be no birthday boy this day. But I found this one. This guy is very underrated. Yes, I know he was a Patriot, but basically, you gotta realize how good this guy really was and all that. So this is Wes Wellllllker. He's 40 years old today. He's the wide receivers coach of the San Francisco 49ers. He was an assistant coach for the Texans. He played college football for Texas Tech before the Graham Harrell, Michael Crabtree days, and was signed by the Chargers as an undrafted free agent. He went on to also play for Miami, New England, Denver, and St. Louis. He had a successful career as an undrafted wide receiver, kind of like Wayne Corbett. Only one player in NFL history actually had more all-purpose yards in his first 3 seasons than Wellllllker did with the Dolphins. Now, all-purpose yards is basically punt return yards, kick return yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, and all that. So Gale Sayers, who was an icon for Chicago before his knee injury, and basically Gale Sayers had problems with the archaic surgery, and all that. If the modern medicine, even in the 80s and 90s, Gale Sayers would have had a better career with the Bears. Anyhow, Wellllllker actually holds the Dolphins' all-time record for total kickoff returns, kick return yardage, and total punt returns, despite the fact that he left the team years ago. Wellllllker actually has the most receptions by any undrafted player in NFL history, surpassing Rod Smith. He had 16,797 all-purpose yards. He would lead the NFL in receptions as a Patriot 3 times, 07, 09, and 11. Even 07, the year that Randy Moss got 24 touchdown catches. Wellllllker holds the 4th highest single-season reception totals in Patriots history, including the receiving yards record for 1 year. He holds the Pats record for most receptions in a game, most receiving yards in a game, longest reception, and career receptions. Every year he played for the Pats from 07 to 12. He actually was in the Pro Bowl, the Pro team, or both. Amazing. So anyway, he played for Texas Tech and all that. And Texas Tech wasn't that bad of a team and all that. His all-purpose stuff basically got him all that. He was actually named the best special teams player in college football in his senior year in 2003. He was not invited to the scouting combine for some reason. And so Wellllllker was undrafted. He would sign with the Chargers. He made the Chargers out of training camp. But basically, he was released after the first game when the Chargers got a safety off waivers. So they had to get rid of him. Marty Schottenheimer actually said that this was one of the biggest mistakes he ever made. So the Dolphins got him through waivers and all that. The Chargers decided to give Wellllllker a practice squad spot, but he decided to sign with the Dolphins to be put on special teams. And man, did he ever. He became the second player in NFL history to return a kickoff and a punt, kick an extra point and a field goal, and make a tackle in a single game. I guess because, I don't know, I think Orlando Murray, if he was still with the Dolphins, got injured or something like that. So anyway, it was amazing. I kicked a field goal. I didn't know that. He was basically a kickoff return specialist. He did okay and all that. But then things happened. In 2007, the Dolphins offered Wes Wellllllker, who was a restricted free agent, a second-round tender of $1.35 million for a 1-year contract. However, the Patriots were interested in Wellllllker and wanted to sign him to an offer sheet. Miami would have had 7 days to match the offer. However, the Patriots decided not to do that cheapness of offer sheet and decided to trade their second-round pick in 2007 and a 7th-round pick for Wellllllker. So Wellllllker went for a couple picks. So basically, Wellllllker's first season as a Pat was amazing. he bettered his records, his totals for receptions, touchdowns, and yardage in his first 10 games. He caught 11 passes on the final day of the regular season, getting 112, which is the Patriots' record, and actually had the most receptions in the 2007 season. And all that. He got 1,175 receiving yards, which was the Patriots' record. He actually had 11 receptions in Super Bowl 42, but it was all for naught as the Patriots, of course, lost 17-14. Fuck. He would actually do pretty good at getting receptions, even though Tom Brady went down with an injury in 2008 and Matt Castle came in. He was amazing. So he did fantastic and all that. Yeah. He looked pretty good and all that. So anyway, yeah. Wes Wellllllker was an icon and all that. And basically, he was very underrated as a Patriot receiver. He caught a 99-yard pass from Tom Brady in Week 1 in the 2011-12 season. All that. So, yeah. So, that's amazing and all that. Wellllllker is unfortunately known in Patriot circles for dropping a key catch in Super Bowl 46 against the Giants. With 4 minutes left, the Patriots had a chance, but Wellllllker dropped the pass with both hands on the ball, and it was near the Giants' 20-yard line. With the Patriots up 17-15, they kick a field goal. They're up by 5, which meant the Giants had to score a touchdown. But if they scored a touchdown, even without the 2-point convert, like 6 points, the Giants would have needed a touchdown and 2 points. So anyway, yeah, it was amazing and all that. His Patriots career summary was huge. He caught more passes than any player in the league between 2007 and 2012. Top 5 in yardage. 500 receptions with the Pats in 70 games, which is an NFL record. He holds the Pats record for consecutive games with a reception, having caught a pass in every game he played as a Patriot, regular season and postseason. Basically, he has the record for receptions as a Patriot, even though he's only played in 79 games. He only played 79 games. And he's third in receiving yards behind Troy Brown and Stanley Morgan. The Pats couldn't settle on a contract for Wellllllker, so Wellllllker went in free agency to Denver for 2 years, $12 million. He caught 2 receiving touchdowns for Peyton Manning when Manning had 7 against the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. And I believe that was, was that the opening game? Maybe. I don't remember. But anyway. However, Wellllllker would have more touchdowns with Denver, 9, than he had the previous season with New England, 6. So, yeah. Wellllllker, unfortunately, had a concussion in Week 11 against the Kansas City Chiefs and didn't play. He was cleared to play in the Broncos playoff round against the Chargers. And he helped the Broncos beat the Chargers. Worst of all, for Patriot fans like myself, Wellllllker helped the Broncos get to the 2014 Super Bowl by way of taking care of the New England Patriots, 26-16. However, karma bit Wellllllker in the butt, as the Broncos were going to get crushed by Seattle 48-3-8, one of the best defensive performances of all time. Wellllllker was 0-3 in Super Bowls. Yikes. Unfortunately, Wellllllker was diagnosed with a concussion during a preseason game in the 2014 season, and he actually failed a drug test due to infirmities. Well, that was a 4-game suspension. However, 10 days later, the NFL said that, the suspension was lifted because I think things were better. So Wellllllker did decently, but, that wasn't good. The Rams decided to try to get his luck with a 1-year contract, but he didn't start in any game, and he retired after the 2015 season. So, He played 175 games in NFL career, got over 9,900 receiving yards, so close to 1,000. If injuries didn't ruin him, he would have got to 10,000. And he got 50 receiving touchdowns in his career. His highest was 10 with the Broncos in 2013. Kickoff returns, he only got 1. He still did okay for that. But unfortunately, he is 0-3 in Super Bowls. But he does have some NFL records. He actually has the most seasons with 105 plus receptions, 110 plus receptions, 115 plus receptions, and 120 plus receptions. He is one of 4 players to have 2 games of 15 or more receptions, with Jason Witten, Brandon Marshall, and Antonio Brown. Fewest receiver to have 500 catches with one team, which was the Pats in 70 games. Longest touchdown reception, well, obviously that can't be broken. 99 yards can't be broken. Unless you play in the CFL, haha. Most receptions for any undrafted free agent ever, but he would have the most career punt return yards without a touchdown. So that's kind of pathetic, don't you think? It's weird how he has some Dolphins records and all that. And he's been out with the Dolphins for like 15 years. Wes Wellllllker is actually a citizen of the Cherokee Nation, of the first for indigenous people. Wow, that's amazing. Wellllllker married a swimsuit model and has 3 children and all that. So that's fine, I guess. Like Wes Wellllllker. See, undrafted players can have a good career. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adu.